Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today guys is part 2 on this Renault Megane for Johnny. Johnny's car is going to get finished today. He wants to pick it up tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to carry on. We're going to get that seal done, get it all back together. We're going to look at the rear brakes as well, take the wheels off, look at all that. He also messaged me this morning and wants me to change the spark plugs on this as well. He has a bit of a problem on a cold start sometimes, so I think that might help a little bit. Plus, I think people messaging me on the comments last night saying about the spark plugs probably swayed him a little bit to change them, to spend the money. I don't know, but never mind. We'll get them done. We'll change them over for him, and yeah, I'll just do whatever he wants me to do. Basically, it's his car, and he owns it, and But I'm trying to advise him, like you just can't keep throwing money at this sort of car. If you're going to keep if you're going to keep a car for as long as you can and drive it into the ground and have it for as long as it'll last, then fair enough. Yeah, keep spending money on it, but I think long term he wants to swap this and go back to a Ford car. So yeah, it's like I said, it's up to him. It's his car, but you can't keep throwing money at things if you're gonna get rid of it. But I do understand he's got a bit of OCD like myself, and he likes things done properly. And I think it plays on his mind if it ain't done like the right way and the way it should be done. So fair enough. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. It's so early. It's like 7 o'clock. Oh, I'm knackered. Let's do it, guys. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Right, okay. As you can see, the Fiesta is in here at the minute. Yeah, I've got someone coming over to look at this Fiesta today. And I thought, you know what, let's bring it inside. And then that way, if it rains overnight, it won't sort of get wet and I haven't got to detail it or anything like that today. So I brought it in here last night. It's still nice and clean and sorted. So, yeah, he's going to be coming over, I think he said about 10, 11, something like that. So I'll let you know a bit later how that goes. But for now, let's crack on with the Renault Megane, Johnny's car. And yeah, we just need to carry on. I'm just going to spend all day just going through the whole car. We'll take the back wheels off. We'll sort them. We'll have a look at them brakes, maybe clean up on them a little bit. And yeah, we're going to do the spark plugs on here as well. So I'll get them, delivered whilst we're working on something else. We've also still got to do the seal, but I'm waiting for the mechanic to turn up because he don't start till 9. He's not like me. So yeah, we'll get that seal put in place and right, and we'll put all that back together as well. And then just have a general look around the car, just check it all over, just make sure that it's all up to scratch and sorted really. But let's see, I've got to clean this tray up, it's filthy, look at it. So I'll get all that cleaned up as well before we put that back. Filthy, that one. So yeah, let me set you up, guys. While we wait for the mechanic to turn up, let's get these wheels off and have a look at these back rear brakes. Just wants me to clean them up, basically. So let's see, yeah, what they're like. He has got a bit of handbrake issue as well. So basically, you lift the handbrake and it kind of wants to let go a little bit. Not completely let go, but just sort of jolts a little bit or moves a little bit. He said that he's never come up on the advisories on the MOT. So, yeah, it might be just a bit sticky. Might be just a bit, something going on underneath there. So we'll have a look at that as well. Spray it all up, clean it all up. Just make sure there's no sort of, it's not causing any issues behind there, dirt or whatever for the handbrake. So yeah, let's get this looked at first and we'll go from there. So let's do this. Right guys, just want to quickly cut in there, just to let you know what I was doing there. So basically I took off the caliper, took off the pads, had the discs cleaned up a little bit. They are a little bit sort of, you can see it around there. So they're a little bit corroded, let's be honest. But they still serve a purpose, I think. So yeah, they can sort of, that'll be all right. It'll be all right with that. So yeah, what I did, well, I took off the caliper, cleaned it at the back. This is obviously the braking part here. So when you pull the handbrake, that cable pulls that lever and then stops the brakes, pulls it a little bit and then stops the discs from moving. So that's the handbrake system there. It was a bit dirty. I've cleaned them up back here. Let me show you, get a torch. There we go. So yeah, I've cleaned it up a little bit, and then just obviously oiled it up as well. Just make sure there's no crap stopping it from going there. But it's pretty tight. I can't see it. Yeah, it's not really really loose. So I can't really see an issue with that. I think probably be okay. If it was, I suppose if it was really loose, or when I was trying, because obviously I can pull that together and stop the discs from moving. Very slightly I can do it. Do you know what I mean? But if I had to do it a lot, then obviously there'll be an issue there. So I believe it's okay. Just wants a little bit of clean up and a look over really. He did mention about these calipers, the way that they're sort of the colour. See the difference in the colour of this caliper. I just don't. You can't do nothing about that really, unless you sort of paint them. There's not really much else you can do with it. I think it's just the type of metal that they've used, because this is obviously original Renault caliper. It's just the type of metal that they've used compared to the caliper carrier, which is these two end parts here. So yeah, not much we can do with that really, unfortunately. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've cleaned it all up. I've re-greased it as well, the pads in there. So we've got new copper grease in between where the pads sit. They have got metal clips on top and bottom, so you don't really need to put copper grease there, but I just did it anyway, just in case. You never know, it might help out. So yeah, that's that side done. I'll put the wheel back on. We'll move to the other side. We'll get that one done. And then, yeah, we can move to the front, and hopefully we can get this front end sorted out soon. So let me get the other side done, and then I'll come back to you soon. Right, guys, just want to quickly show you. So yeah, this is the other side of the brakes, and I've just started to sort of clean it up. It was really grubby, to be honest with you. A lot of grime and dirt and stuff was obviously in between the moving parts there. This sort of lever, when you pull the handbrake, the lever sort of pivots on that bolt there. So yeah, just get a good clean up, and I'll just wipe it down. And then once I've wiped it down, I'm going to grease up, spray some oil, WD-40 and stuff, just all over the sort of the moving parts, just to help it as much as I can. And yeah, take this off, do the caliper, sort of put a bit of copper grease on the brake pads as well, on the sliders and stuff. Just check to make sure the sliders are working and stuff. I've just done a little push on that, and they do, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, just have a little tidy up with the disc as well, really, just to try and smooth it out. But you can see it's quite corroded, this disc, right way through. Johnny did say that it hasn't actually come up as an advisory yet on the MOT. So whether or not it will this year, I'll probably find out. It'll let me know if it does, but we'll see, because you can't see this. You have to buy the whole assembly. You can't. It's not just a disc with this Megane. You have to buy the whole assembly. It comes with the bearing, and it comes with obviously the whole piece. That's why they're bloody so dear. Plus, obviously, that it's getting older and older and older, and it's more harder to find the parts. Like I had to go to the main dealer for the gearbox oil seal. So yeah, all I can do is clean them up, guys, get them the best I can, and that should be us done. And then I'll put the wheels back on, and then we can move on to the front, and hopefully we can get this oil seal, gearbox oil seal in place. Hopefully the mechanic will turn up. So it's not even here yet. It's like, well, it's just before 9 o'clock. So yeah, we will see how that goes in a bit. I've actually had the guy call me about this car. He's on his way. He's going to be about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So he's about 2 hours away. But the only thing with this, and I'll let you know what happens, right, is that I think he's a dealer. From what I can tell, this guy, he deals in salvage cars and sells them. He's got a forecourt of all his cars. So yeah, I don't know. He reckon, he wants to talk to me. He said, we could sort of do some sort of, it might. Don't get me wrong, guys. It might work out well for me, and it might not. I don't know, because being a dealer, he's going to want them cheaper than normal, and that's just what it's business. Yeah, he's going to want to buy them cheaper so he can put a bit on it for himself, put it on his forecourt, and then he makes a few quid out of it. I just don't know how it's going to go, because it's tight enough as it is. Like, and if I start doing that, reducing the cost to let him have some money left on the, some meat on the bone, as they say. It's not gonna pay to do that for me, I don't think. So we will see. I'm up for talking to him. I'm up for sort of working something out. We'll work out different, whatever. In fact, what I'll do is, do you know that Fiat 500 I've got out the front that I picked up the other day? I will talk to him about that Fiat 500. And I'll say, look, how much would you give me for this Fiat 500 once it's fixed? That way, I've got a better understanding of what's in it. Do you know what I mean? What it needs to repair and what is in it. So it might be another stream of selling the cars to a dealer. I don't know, guys, but I will definitely let you know how it goes. But for now, let me set you up. Let's get cracking with the front end of this. I am going to pull a spark plug, because I spoke to Johnny. He said, like, how bad are they? So I said to him, look, I'll pull one and we'll have a look at see how bad the spark plugs are. And we'll go from there. That's all we can do, really. So let me set you up. Let's get this spark plug out. I've also got to finish that off. Let me finish it off first, put the wheels back on, and then we'll move to the front. So let me do that now. Right, okay, so I've just pulled this spark plug just to see what it was like. It's not that bad. It's a little bit worn. It is a little bit worn, but yeah, I don't think we're going to sort of have an issue with that, really. I've only pulled one, and, the others might be a little bit different, but I've sent Johnny some pictures of this. We've had a chat about it, and he'd rather me just leave the spark plugs, put that back in place, and then, because it ain't, don't get me wrong, if you change spark plugs, it's always going to be a good thing, because you're putting new ones in. But yeah, you just don't know. But he's asked me to just leave the spark plugs for now, and yeah, that'll be it. So I'll put that back in, tighten that back up, and carry on with this service. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the mechanic to help me do the oil seal, but we hopefully should get there soon. That front wheel can go on. That's finished, and yeah, let's set you up and carry on, guys. Let's do this. Right, just a quick update, guys, to let you know what's been going on. So, we have done the drive shaft oil seal. That is in place. He just gave me a hand to hold it. You can see, you see it there? So that's in its correct position and sitting very nicely. So that's done. I'm going to have a look at the breather pipe on this car, because I was getting a comment from one of you guys. Thanks very much, whoever that was. Can't remember your name. But basically, you were saying that the breather pipe might be blocked, and that's why it's causing it to foul. It's got to come out somewhere, and it's probably come out of the seal, or it could have just been the seal. But just to make sure, I'm going to have a look at the breather pipe, which is down there on top of the gearbox, and it's a plastic. Let me show you. It's a plastic pipe. See that plastic? Oh, hold on. That little plastic thing there. So that's the cap, and the pipe goes along and it goes down into the top of the gearbox. There's a little pipe that connects to it. So yeah, I'm going to undo that cap, get my air blower and blow the air through this way, and it should just blow it straight out if anything's in there or whatever. So we'll do that, and then it's a case of just putting the drive shaft back in place, putting all the connection back in place, and sorting this side out of the braking system. So I still haven't cleaned all these bits and pieces. I want to clean up all this rust, get all this surface rust off, and sort of do the caliper and clean it all up. So yeah, that's where we are with it. Let me crack on. Let me set you up. Let's do this first. Get the air line in there, and then we'll go for the brakes and get that drive shaft back in place. So let's carry on. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, so yeah, as you just saw there, it's all back together, this end. So we're pretty good there. Just making sure, just cleaning all the time, just checking all the time, just sort of, yeah, making sure it's all buttoned up and connected, and it is, so that's good. So what we're going to do next is, oh, did you see me? Yeah, I used the air blower, and I blew through the breather at the top, and it pushed it back out in that way. So that's definitely clear, because I used the compressor to blow it through. So that's good. So that's done. Right. The only thing we'll do now is fill up the gearbox with the oil. And this is what I'm going to use, is my pump. It's a lot easier using this, to be honest with you. You could just put one side into the gearbox, the other side into the oil, and it pumps it straight in. It's just a lot easier than trying to get something up there and getting it filled up. So that's what I'll do. That's the next step. I'll set you up. Let's crack on with that. Let's get the gearbox oil in. Yeah, we're getting close, guys. We are getting close. And then I've still got to clean that tray. But I'm not going to put the tray up until I'm happy with there's no leaks. I'm going to start the car, check all the oils, and just make sure nothing's leaking and stuff. Go through the gears, make sure it's all working fine, which I'm sure it is. It's not an automatic. There's automatic transmissions are just an absolute nightmare trying to do. This one's just a, in and out kind of jobby when it comes to the oil. So yeah, but I will go through the gears, obviously making sure that all the, you know, it will go in all the gears as you go around it. So let me set you up. Let's carry on. Let's do this. Right, guys, I just want to quickly cut in there and just explain about the Fiesta. So the Fiesta, as you can see, is no longer here. It is gone. The guy took it, and he was actually a dealer. He's got a big forecourt up in Norwich, I believe. So, yeah, it's a couple of hours away from me up in Norwich. And, yeah, he's a really nice guy, actually. Just explain, he said he loves the way... He started to watch my videos and, you know, he said, no one else does this, what I'm doing. Basically showing how I'm fixing the cars and showing what I'm doing. He said, no one else is doing that. He said, it's very unique. And he said, he absolutely loves it. And he would love to keep buying cars off me. So basically, yeah, it looks like I've gained another... a way of sort of selling the cars and getting rid of the cars. The trouble is with it, he's a dealer, so he's going to want to have the car a little bit less, so he can make a few quid on it. I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. So I just don't know when it comes to sort of the financing and the figures in a minute. Because, yeah, so like the Fiat 500 that I've got at the front. I said to him, how much, once it's all complete and finished and done, once I've done what I want to do on the car, how much would you give me for the Fiat 500, the white one? He said, I'll give you $4,000 for that car once it's fixed. So, yeah, there's still enough money in it, I think, for once I've got all the parts and done what I've got to do on it. There's still a good profit in it from me, as well as, you know, he was saying that he was going to retail the car on his forecourt for like, I think he said 500, 4.5. So he's making a few quid, but I think he said $4,000. So I just gave him that example of that one car. He did give me a list of, you know, he said he really wants the Toyota Aygo, Citroen C1, and Peugeot, is it Peugeot A1 or C, is it something like that? The small, really small cars. He said he can sell them all day long. He says he reckons he sells 20 of those kind of little cars every week. So he would love for me to get hold of those kind of cars. I will be looking at the auctions to see if I can find them for him, because it'll be a nice, another nice source of way of doing the cars if someone is willing to buy them as it was. And I think he said the only reason why I'll buy them off you is because I can see you doing the work and what goes into it. And selling them forward, he can say, look, go to the channel, this channel, they're all fixed on there. There's no hiding nothing. He didn't even take the car out of the Fiesta. He said, I don't need to take the car out. He said, I can see what you do to the cars. I can see how you are, what you're all about, all the cleaning you put into it and all the rest. He said, I can see it all. So he said, I don't need to even take the car out. I trust it. So, yeah, it was a good little meet, actually. But going forward, we'll see what the figures are like when it comes to selling them to him. But for now, let's crack on. But that's good news, guys. Let's crack on with Johnny's car. Let's get this done. As you can see, I've got to carry on with this oil in the gearbox. Let's get that in place. I'll set you up. I've already done one. I've got to get the other one. Where's the other bottle? Because it takes 2.2 litres or 2 points, something like that. So that's the other one. I've got to use that one to fill up. So that's the second one, and probably a little bit out of this one until it starts coming out. So I'll keep going until it starts coming out that little nib there, and then that way I know it's full up. So yeah, let's set you up. But at least the Fiesta's gone. Another one done and gone. So let me set you up, guys. Let's carry on. Let's get this going. So let's do this. Right, that's it, guys. It is all filled up. As you can see, it's just dripping out there. That's it. So yeah, that is filled up to the level. So let's plug her in. Put the plug back up. It's only a little plastic plug, so it's nothing. There we go. She's done. So that's good. So let me have a cleaner up. Make sure that's tight. I'll have a clear up, get this wiped off, and then we'll get her running, get these levels on the engine oil right. And that, obviously, we know that's right because that's dripping out of there, so that's good. I've got to clean the under tray and put that back on. So, yeah, let me crack on, guys. But we are getting closer to getting this finished. So let's keep going and get this done. So let's go. Right, guys, so I think we're done. I've checked the levels, oil, the dipstick's right down here, which I couldn't find. It took me ages to find that dipstick, just down here. That's for the engine oil. So that's done. I've topped it back up. I've done all the coolant, all the fluids. I've checked the leaks. It's all sorted, yeah. So I can put this wheel back in place, put that on, put the cover on, which I've cleaned, which is nice and clean. So there we go. Much, much better. So I'll put that underneath. And that's it. Drop it down. And Johnny can have his car back tomorrow. All sorted. So, yeah, there we go. Another one is finished. So that's going to be the end of today's video, guys. I hope you like what I'm doing. Don't forget to drop me a comment and give the video a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And see you on the next one.